Giri, a sprawling settlement along Lokoja-Abuja Expressway, is one of the popular locations not just in Gwagwalada Area Council, but in the entire nation's capital. The popular Giri Junction is a must for travelers traversing the north and the south. This popular expressway had ensured either a stopover or complete termination of their trips from different parts of the country. The commercial activities and the cosmopolitan nature of the Giri people have often overshadowed the original inhabitants of the community. Thus, our sojourn on this episode of Connecting with the Grassroots is to unravel the culture of the indigenous tribe. Although the entire Giri community has become a place of abode for many tribes from across the length and breadth of the country, the original inhabitants are the Basas, one of the 9 indigenous tribes in the FCT. The occupation of the Basa, which is mainly farming and hunting, often necessitates their movement from one location to the other in search of virgin land. Thus, the decision of the founder of Giri to migrate from Gwagwalada to Giri was along the same pattern. Oral tradition posited that Yarima Mukasuna arrived at the location around 1805, thereby becoming the first settler in Giri.
When they departed from Gwagwalada, he was a perpetual hunter. Here was just a wilderness, a very bushy area. You just come here to hunt and kill animals and maybe. There's something that they used to catch bait. It's called a Giri.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. They're called a Giri. That's what they used to call to catch the meat.
So
when he was here, the meat that he's looking, he formed a just more hut here. And he lives in whatever he happens to kill or he hunt, he stay here and maybe repair it and goes back to Gwagwalada.
He first settled at a location known as Giri Tukunya, which is now the University of Abuja staff quarters. The presence of a stream at the first location led to his remaining at the first settlement for about 40 years. The mysterious death of his sister, Magajiya, led to his first movement to another location close to another stream called Iye.
Where he came along with his family, the sisters and other children. He formed a small place here to live. And time came that the sister here died.
Magajiya is the
sister of the chief. Abi?
Which is all 20 to 30 years.
He was here about more than 20 years.
20 years. Then
after he was fed up with this place, he left here and went to other place there. Cross the other side. We shall go later.
So
that is how this one came into being. Here where we are now is the grave where the late sister of the chief was buried as the first settlement where they came to settle.
So how long did they stay here before moving to the other side?
So about
20 years.
40. About 40 years.
40 years.
They were here, this little settlement
about
40 years. Before they departed
the death of
the sister.
Then they went to another place.
The new location between Giri Shinku and Giri Central was to be his home till his demise several years later, and his grave is still there till date. The people were to later move to the present location in the aftermath of an epidemic which killed many children. Thus, the experience of the people had been mixed due to the sojourn of their forefathers.
It was from here before they went to the main Giri now.
Okay. So it is believed that maybe when evil is happening, we change the location in order to see whether the evil
Measles was the genesis that made our people to leave Giri. Because children were dying. If they die one today, tomorrow two may die. And you know, population was so few then. If one person die, you hear the whole of a place is quiet. So that thing made them feel like not to stay there again. That's why they move out from that place up. That is, they say, they shifted. Why they left Jerusalem? Yes. 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 That is there, but you know, civilization is increasing. Civilization is there now. You know, in those days, Giri or Basa, if person die for person, they will not say it's God. They are always eyesing somebody. They will be saying it's somebody that killed that person. You understand? But now, as civilization is on, even though Moto killed one now, they will say it's the end period of his life, isn't it? If not, death is there now.
The name Giri was a corrupted version of the word Igiri, which means trap for hunting wild animals. Igiri trap was used in catching very wild animals with such perfection that any animal that dared to cross it will be dead. In fact, it was difficult for any animal to escape once it entered Igiri trap. When the first white man came to settle in the community, he was amazed by the cleverness exhibited by the Bassa man in hunting these wild animals with the local instrument Igiri. It was his inability to pronounce Igiri that gave birth to the corrupted word Giri. The people were to continue in their traditional vocation of farming and hunting, which was later complemented by trading, especially after the opening up of the area due to the construction of the Abuja-Lokoja Expressway. The influx of other people to Giri, though could be threatening to the indigenous culture, yet the tenacity of the Bassas of Giri is quite enviable, as they have preserved their tradition and culture over the years. For instance, the rulership of the community had been hereditary, with the family of Yarima Makasuna being the first settler, inheriting the rulership, having been crowned as the Aguma of Giri. He was on the throne for 55 years and was succeeded by his son, Dogo Yarima. 3 other Aguma have been crowned since then, with the addition of several caretakers holding forth intermittently from the inception of Giri till date.
Before my father became the king of this place, sure, if now you are following, my grandfather became the king of this place, and his grave is at the other side there. You saw it, huh? After his late, after my grandfather was late, Giri remained vacant, nobody as chief again. But the caretaking of the village was given to Magaji Kaura. Is the father to this my uncle. He ruled for almost 10 years, taking care of this Giri, because there was an agitation. Maybe agitation that me will rule, this one will rule. No. That time, before you collect anything chieftaincy, there is a lot of investigation and checking. You might not accept collecting it because you are fearing death. People will gang against you. That is why they were fearing. But the later, they now decided to bring my old man, that is my father, to be the king of this place.
From the festival of the people to their masquerades, as well as their attire and costume, which often sets them apart from the other groups any day. The rolling out of drums for our crew to showcase these hidden treasures was quite remarkable. Various performances by the different groups really underscored the richness of the culture of the people. For instance, the Ugunu dance, which is quite lively, is one of the hallmarks of the Basas. The Malayi play is usually done by the women folk in the community during important occasions. The Araga dance is another important performance peculiar to the people of Giri. The display by those group of magicians was quite hilarious as they added color to the culture fiesta. The delivery by other members of the community was quite reassuring as they testified to the efforts of the people in preserving their ancestral heritage for generations yet unborn. Preparing the local delicacy of the people was quite revealing. Apart from the arable land that positioned the community as a major contributor to food production in the nation's capital, the community is equally endowed with gold deposits. Thus, the people of Giri are often nostalgic of the arrival of the first set of white men that arrived the community over a century ago for mining activities. Their sojourn had not only raised the economic profile of the area, but it has ensured the continuous influx of miners till this present day, with each attempting to discover the precious stone.
These white men, when they were doing their work, when it is, during British, when they colonized Nigeria, they came in with so many ambitions. But when they did their work and say Nigeria has now gained their own power, they were not giving free execution time again. That is what made them feel like leaving this place and moving away. And if you can observe, up to today, those Hausa people that are looking for gold, up to today they are still mining gold in Giri, even though it is illegal.
Although Giri has blossomed into a fully developed area due to its location, the people of the area are still hopeful of additional social amenities, especially a standard health facility like a general hospital, as well as water supply due to the increase in its population.
There are so many challenges, even though there are some that are on the pipeline. Like this water issue. We have been facing water challenges, but glory be to God. Some of my people and myself in person, we have tried a lot that we were able to negotiate with water board. They allow us brought in the water into our village. If not, water would have been the first challenge, but we thank God. That one is a bit every week, but we are still crying for more. Then, our light issue, most especially this Angwa, we have been load shedding. We are shifting our light, which is not supposed to be like that in Abuja. If you go to some remote area like Niger State, there's a place I took my child when he had an accident. Light is there 2-4. It's Niger State, and it's a village. It's not up to this place. So that one is a challenge we are facing too. Again, our clinics, we have doctors there, but there are no sufficient drugs. We don't have drugs in our clinics. But we thank God, the clinic is properly built, but there's no facilities.
So, whenever your trip takes you through the popular Giri Junction, a brief look into the adjoining Giri community will not be out of place, as such an adventure will afford a deeper appreciation of the culture of the Basas.